Bohobio and someone SCC Ghana has say the Dobonka Tadebaye, the SCC Miamia, ya SSA, ye Tiumu, now who send Yasia Kwakosie, Bohobio, and Nuni Jumadia, Yatrasi Ewo Hello 101.5Fm, Edwada and Ukwadabia, and you know what Trekas Bonachi, Ekozi Nondu, Ebra Samson, Kwame Nyamiche, Chef, Wajinedra, Node Ebra War, Bohobio, Ayamanyo Semu Jumadia, Ebuama Tigana Manyo Samasipa, Bohobio, ye Boho, Amwatiasi and Wohun Koso Ghana, Senebeya, who si Jina, who send your si Afa. Bohobio, or Manchester, and Yabako for them, Ayana Yasem, and Unti, and I may say, a Juada way new Quadabia, Kameho, Nayantia, Bohobio, our Hello 101.5Fm, Abra Samson, Kwame Nyamiche, and in Abeja for Atanasi. Bohobio, a Bohobio.
I think that the minority is exaggerating a lot with respect to the question of gagging of free speech. All right, there are limits. If you look at the Constitution, Chapter 5 of the Constitution deals with the fundamental human rights and freedoms. Look at Article 21, which guarantees the fundamental, a right to free speech, to the right to demonstrate, and then the general freedoms of Ghanaians. But there are limits, all right? You can limit free speech if, for instance, it is something that, one that can undermine public order, all right, or public morals, okay? And for instance, for law enforcement reasons. So if someone, for instance, is inciting hatred in our society, okay, we do not expect that the minority will say that we should sit down idle as a government and allow that person to go on, because those are some of the things that led to wars in countries such as Rwanda. We have not gotten there, okay, but it was the use of the radio, okay, the use of the media that incited the genocide that eventually took place in Rwanda. So there are limits to free speech.
And I would tell you the Attorney General of the Republic of Ghana, Yera Dominic, Akurukitingi Ayeni, and Amotese Okasa, now Otrese, the new patriotic party will be on Nemohua, some officials of the new patriotic party won't bet me up jail. And into the nay, almost a buy a tata. Now, a buy me, no, I'm right, Juma Ghana. Was there might be paying for you behind? Am I able to use the social media, the media? I can't say me. I buy any ban, Hosono, not any hobium. And under his watch and under the presidency of John Dramani Mahama. So, what Casa, no one can say, yeah, Emra, anybody. I said, Omino, any abino, one what me now who buy, one making sure so be a seven and bet me a canoa can coin pass. No mom Ukoka, not a bet me the Basayaba, a bet me in Papa Musabo, my Nudia, and idea or Karma will be Article 21 of the Constitution, or it deals with the fundamental human rights and freedoms. Now, so will be a war gun. The limits of your freedom as far as speech is concerned.
Republic versus
the MPP minority.
Republic versus NPP party. Kwame Abronye any party said me and I work cancer High Court now court to say one can your mini. And I say yes, I do say MPP for Kwama. And as we MPP into Namoko. That is the question in Bandera.
My America, and a court, that's why I saw it's now 21st May. Yamra, National say Abronye, say second court judge in the year. High Court, between the year. Now, Yaman Bella. we nsusu ne nsema free the side of the MPP eba na Ghana Bar Association almost to be at the money you are federal markings almost lawyer ni pa clutch ni lawyer penny party say they so kasasa amanyo so abanya what so the minority in parliament a political leader minority leader consistent with the ethical standards expected of a senior lawyer and the political leader. Be a minority leader, because you shouldn't be your democracy, the constitution, the not a bread would be a person for such as a walk. But who minority leader, yeah, making sure that would be paid. And nothing I can for back. Minority leader there. One of the things that were so very few. Criminal libel law. To make sure that Ghana will be a family. I could grow. I can hear my emphasis and now it's a war and
well, but also this to say yes. Oh, quite say multimi atana se normal bia moka. Now so this is an army crime who says as a leader the choice of words na a little bit too hard. Well, who is that?
Choice of which word? Choice of words, corona, no. They are all can say. They are meaningful. And there was a dimmer, a year. So what from your name? Judgment. Oh, Bumrana,
for instance, he would continue not to respect the judge, and the judge, that judge that calling on the CJ, so believe legacy. Yes, what the name is, but saying that.
That's the democracy we have in West Africa and Fundamental Ghana. Okay. 12 minutes after into the Monica and because
because the woman is there, or the for candy before two person can and I'm able to be deliver justice. But we don't have we don't deliver on fire. So that's it. It's we have question a coward. It's I didn't Simrano. It's right. A man Adia said emphatic because a dear woman before be anything. It is a penny who will fear nothing be a question, and yet be dear now to me. So, but I was told him, Rano, what's him running tragedy? After the person may any respect on that because the opposite way a betrayer of every principle. What is judicial officer? So, and the dignity and the legitimacy of the and because apparently though make sure say to me because now here to me
na etu ho ya de na de ani je na apena bro wa wo sisi o ya premature ejaculation koko Mr. Babu so miso awti ya wo fichi krom wanum atso na wontumi endi dia me mekanfo jaga 4B test e dia maw ene betumi aboawo ama wa fi yaw mu na afi wani gia wo pe won setumi aka Mr. Ba wa fa fro nka ho o ma baby no fa nka ho unyenya 18 years kradia and they not also one ka ho me pacho no ma e anu atobo asenum no kakra baby e ton sen bia obenya jaga 4B test e di mo aseda e ma tabia company limited omuna sansa pay o ma ye de adom Ghana for
correct radio to when the econo and you can go high cap papa di kai be the opposite die bia na die bi kra na de she bi na free am na aba we do airport pe we see do to when the talk on no wa adi mi di village junction ho na no we do any extra airport on about no once the Kumasi children's home mo bagas na someone na meka yenton ye de ma han Edioto, Ura Francis Adams, one in a Juma for no, and nobody to me, so the year wedding, ye the baby mount, engagement to, a baby mount, if you cried the quay, it will be a party for 1% in convoy. Me convoy, I'm the free crab, and you crab mongo. What did you to? A lamb cruiser, be anywhere, will be as here, a be near you to. Oh, and I would do 4x4 cross country near Pajaro Sunsuni, and a face here business, and a saloon car says someone here. Was this Kabia Shubu to be the Fabra, Ubenya Kusuna car, and Jumedia open, would the Adroba Fonso Joe, Yamumamu, Pa, Jebusia Mamma, a more number more you may, Nefre, Edioto, the Encocano, you bet me a could be a award winning car rental service into our nutria, Shanty region and beyond, or would so. One more so almost what transfer one number is 0266 43 93 27 for Bruni and one Bruni. Good evening 0266 43 93 27 yen from near free to one son can Odoa Oshakona number is 0244 0633 91 0266 063391 Freka pa dear opa my dear Yerioto.
Wow, it has see afeni krakra mono specialized company limited e Kumasi Kuchim Kranza Obuasi Road a honum na ye kwaje specialized mineral water e do krom nsuo nsukrogin supa enti se open nsuo no am stro nsuo ne ye wode enom de dijare de horo yensa de horo ne amem ne ye nom no special nsuo no so yensupa obetimi anom bi na aboa wapomuden nsuo asisi program bi asese woden say party say yase abusian hia obi anom specialized mineral water chile a guy package no so koyi pa enti bounsanka bi ye sachet ene ye onto am nkuma da ntemu ni akese ye san was special drinks obra no special energy obetimi adakama ye was special fun time special apple cola grape cocktail tangerine ene de akanyina Kuchim Kranza Obuase Kwanso na specialized company wo the friend manager Mr. Thomas production manager Papa and workers no omesomo amoni agise 0501 301 0501 301 229 merci
beaucoup yeah ma papa majo
sure special
yeah le commandant ça finit on
moi yo commander
à bientôt
merci allez il y a des nyamia c'est pas na
observation so what they criticize no and I can say or they catch say what would be one no wo na no emwa emma ye pepe ye ni ye pe ye
ba mo de so mo nyama no se
ye say ye justice ye kun say ye persecution is a open to nipa no efa
so no the Ghana Bar Association for no the ma ka nyina no withstand
yeah criticize leader be judge BB ya warrior wasama ni Ghana mremu emra koye criminal offense was a chino a prosecutor na catcher say ya money be na yes I didn't a question a man
na Ghana
Bar when you general so
almost down was so no my God say
I have to say, any
Now, my party, be the catcher of Sadia, Assembly City, a Republic versus Kwame Bafwa Bronye, a Republic versus NPP party. Kwame Bronye, a Sebi. Ni party said me to where and a wako cancer court no susu say one can you omni need no be say can you me and as see as adi we yam yanka wo baba be gina mechi say MPP for mo ko amame anasa wo ye MPP ni nti na mo ko amano that is the person being bandied around.
No we be midi ka kai emrano ana ye pese yeso. So Ghana Constitution. Constitution, President 40, Article 40. You see, Obama a trainer a what? Liberty. I'm ultimately na sabi near me quote the same. Oh, dear. Party another abaya what so and then the functional Omanya woman almost by your woman sabi on the persecute to woman ama Merisa edi woman dear and ya Rebecca ya no too because you shouldn't be your democracy a constitution ya beto attention na ebredia ubia so wobo for sure yes the wobo but who bakaya MPP ya making sure that Ghana for a family be pay and nothing that president for ba minority one of the things that were so very pure criminal libel no, Bank of Ghana says to make sure that Ghana for being a family.
Well, but also be to say yes, oh, quite say motimi atana se normal bia muka now so be to say now me cry me who say as a leader the choice of words na a little bit too hard. Well, who is that?
Choice of words, corona, no, they are all kind of say, they are meaningful. And there was a dinner a year. That's what I'm saying.
For instance, he would continue not to respect the judge, and the judge, that judge that calling on the CJ. So believe legacy. Yes, what the name is about.
Baby, or just say, I'm about more power. Constitution say minimum say review no come here because institutions be over and it's enka aban and they appointed heads of those to those
maybe one day we'll get there. I'm hoping
because baby I na yama baby I politics we ba was will be you we ba no be you into we no we pena bon say and ya kusi say oh when you are ban for ya ban for institutions no ya strengthen now ya so be she politics no
Meda sepa many
a year of the vision so what they criticize you know and I can say or they catch and say one who be one warrior na no emma ya pepe ya ni pay
mede bro
ya fan say just you couldn't say a persecution is a
abronya ne lawyer semra na wo mo be fisi de ja sabra me kase reference say usu wa enti bia me kona ne no akwa shase amra ye trend arrival for the NDC and for Dr. Iwakuma, senior lecturer, University of Skills Training and Entrepreneurial Development.
Criminal offense. Was a prosecutor na catches the young man from Ora. Yes, I didn't a cushion, a man.
Closest it case.
It's when you
yes, Attorney General. Sky Trade Scandal. Mr. Solomon Asamoah, former Chief Executive Officer, Ghana Infrastructure Investment Fund, GIF. On it, Professor Christopher Biakufi, Board Chairman of the same
now my party be back at you say Sadia Assembly City na Republic versus Kwame Bafwa Bronye Republic versus NPP party Kwame Bronye sebi ni party said me to we na wako kansa ma court no susu say one can you need no be say nka yeme na se si asa de we yeme anka wo baba be gina mechi say MPP for mo ko ama me anase wo ye MPP ni nti na mo ko ama no that is the question being bandied around
Sadia midi kayen emrano
na bokode
na ye pese yes so Ghana constitution
we can start
constitution your friend is 14 Article 14
in a jiffy
Bia what liberty Emma ultimately at the end na Sadia near mercy quote insane
now, next time when you hear run away,
another apanya what so and then the functionary. Your democracy, a constitution, you better to check. Now, a bread would be a person open, or yes, a woman. But who better, MPP? Yeah, making sure, sir.
Especially the MPs in
Parliament, they pay. And into the president of
walk out and press conferences. They are not thinking about Ghanaians. They are just working for their own interests. You see the hypocrisy of the NPP. Greetings to Bacham for the incoming secretary, Ashanti Region NDC. Please kindly check your sound. There's a feedback of some sort, a double sound. Yes. Mr. Mohammed, check him out last Monday. I also experienced it. Check him out. Nana Bojo, good evening to you. Tony and Dean Commander from Asante Achihidim. And also greetings to all short-term citizens. But some nonsense must stop in this country. I don't know which nonsense you're referring to.
Yes, oh, can say motimi atana se normal bia now so be so na me crab go say
abusuafo nyina sami the unfortunate thing na ene atoye ni say me headmaster very reverend Yao Osei Bright enra nere Ephraim
onkafra
ntiene areho akoso se tutupa
onkafra
ayema one na busua nyina shedin same asema me be na woni o earlier panelists kan ho asem about the need for strong institutions are now kan ho asem a colonial construct. You see, just saying
colonial construct as anything
it is inherited from our colonial practices.
You bet me as no because colonial for no call ya che.
Yeah. I won't say ya dwen any yanamu tuwo adwuma pe any adwuma enhyehyɛ mu. Ya say ofa Ghana for dubia omo be ko school a emu 7 area omo pe office atana. It's also a colonial construct. Adwene says so ko school a you reward with an office. Tete no so tell my colonial masters no ho no. That was the sort of training that they gave us. And unless you be dream back, say this thing is not helping us. Jai say when we are in power, we want to use state institutions to intimidate opposition. You're ready say at any point in time, you be state institutions. I ain't a Juma said they also way. And yes, idea. When other people feel threatened, they will always criticize the existing institutions are Ebwayo or mine. And that's what we are experiencing now. Maybe our boy insect be now Attorney General.
Yeah.
He was talking about, I think Article 21, which speaks about the fundamental human rights.
Mm-hmm.
You see, Obia want the right, dear. The right is exercised within powers that has been given to the ordinary or citizens. Sa power na ye de ama Obia no. Even though it has its limits, but you work within the remit of power na ye de ama na right na ye de ama. It is not within Obi construct to determine how will be exercising the right in Ghana. Sami ebia asemusi na owo kan based on your nature, based on your training, based on your experience, how you address the issue. Within your right may be different from how I also address the issue. The only important thing they say, the MMA can is it within my right? No? Does it go contrary to the rules and regulations of the land? If it goes contrary to your rules and your regulations as a country, measures bear near the atuho. See and san kevisa adieno. Na ye nyina ya Ghana for Article 21 eboy hoban. Na Article 14 and so my akwanya. Mi busa was say Raf ya the same 21 na mu no wo. Say down ya the same 21 no. But we're infringing on 21 now. The treatment that is meted to Raf is it the same? And then we can be talking about state institutions working.
You are talking about consistency of the punishment. So be infractions.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So Bibi says here, you see, and you can't no kwa, and that's what I can help you. But say Sadiana and Sidia, then people will always fight the same institutions now. And what's a boy and woman? I've been here experiencing. Ghana yemra no amaye kwan and over Act 30 1960 the Criminal and Other Offences Act na etreye ekwan a yefasoma bill over section 96 clause 4 etreye ekwan a yefasoma bill, even though some aspect has been repealed. And I'm Pebu and Attorney General Lama case ninti. And the actress ne say, and the Ghana hayeti. Offense BI is bailable. Every offense is bailable. But a do term be a share and yama be not judge no at his own discretion. Would decide say offense we dear a bailable. Offense we dear. Yamani shim kakra. Say ya ka besi abronye issue ya ka ho asema. I don't want to go into the substance of the case.
But you don't.
But say your criminal offense. Your civil cases. If defamatory be mu dia bra main substance of the issue cry is civil. Abronya in his capacity as the regional chairman of the MPP in Bono He has an address. Obisi argument nene say when there's this anticipation say umano bela, there's a tendency that obe committee another offense. Obi or bill now Osako committee offense. No law prevent anybody from arresting him. In any case, Abronya was in bail. And at this issue, see. Why should someone say prophecy, say a imagination, thing say, ye jani pano sakwa kwe biu. Now kwe biu does it end there? Umo be bailer. Does it mean he has been acquainted? Say ye two sana mo we ya. Na eya kwe say ye the bill eya punishment. You see, Ghana Yemrano, presumption of innocence. Everybody is presumed to be innocent unless he is convicted by the court of competent jurisdiction. It's as we speak, Abronya is never guilty of whatever has been established against him. Until court may make a pronouncement. Abronya is as innocent as anybody. Now you are using bail as a punishment. So, on the event, say, Okoko High Court. Now High Court, kase, adena mo yeno.
Which is tomorrow.
You have punished him. 3 days. What punishment no kwa? Is that how we treat opposition?
Was he arrested because of your position and answer yet in his personal capacity?
In his personal capacity, because Abronya Obia in his personal capacity at any point in time, but your affiliation determines.
Oh, okay.
Now Abronya, as soon as you mention Abronya,
we all know Oyabuno chairman of the MPP.
And this is not the first time we are seeing this. This irresponsible arrest, the names are countless. Your sister station conducted a research, and it is there that in the last 17 months, there have been 16 MPP activists.
Some say 18. Who came here Monday? When about Monday, Chairman Fifi? 16.
Hey, I can make. Say Obama, Fanti Comedy, Baba Amando, Prince Ofori, Yaira, Abewu, Emmanuel.
Besides 16, you know, what was their crime?
I was telling you, say, in as much as all right, I mean, all right. Say, issue be aba. Now you can't want to one we are based on your exposure and experience. A can't be fast wakan. And yes, I'm a fast wakan.
Okay.
But nobody should tell me how I should say it.
Right.
If only I'm within the laws of the land.
Okay.
It is a meme canosa na nyode. Na nunti obe family ko. I say I'm going to assist in investigation. We are going to be questioning. Now we use bill as a way of punishment. That's what Ghanaians will rise up against. And that's what the MPP is talking about. Say enne enra ne nya enne enye. Say emrano enra ne ye ea enne e. But we can't pick and choose. When it favors us, we are okay. And no the police one anyo mojuma. But in favor us there, then I'm not please I conform. I go can say please ene na adwuma. And this am the question it's a way to me of weaponizing the judiciary, weaponizing state institutions to prevent members of the opposition in criticizing the government of the day. And you see, this government is using some of these things as a way to divert attention and focus. Because Obekaya, 2 weeks ago, we were talking about a car, BOG, Abo. A car, BOG, Abo, and no Mutantro. Then the arrest started. Now, media houses in focus. You're free, BOG, a car, wame Abo. You're free home. And we are talking about arrest. Some 3 weeks ago, it was NDC. A boss of Musa down with cocoa prices. Now, arrests. Kasani Abechu. I say be a citizen, not a spectator. So if even you raise an alarm, then you have a foul. So all discussions are now centered on the actual, the money bill. The encourage money bill. Now, say, you can say, opposition is serving as a watchdog on a government. There be a case same way, and I know it is a fact and it is true. Samenya de biana amai so ye to aba a changing aban because aban is not performing. E bi on mo a policy direction keke. They no man for no. It is a Ghana ye nyina ye team no ye be benefit.
Sa wasem na o kan ya bruche na ye adwuma.
Oh,
yes.
We are talking about state institutions working. And you bruche na ye adwuma, but we want to import it here. So sad ye adwuma we bruche equally so. It can work.
Yes say what don e che wa pama se den. Ana if we are serious.
Yeah.
Na ye pese ye democracy ni ya. Sa na nkwose ye no. State institutions will work. Say Mr. Kuma, Dr. Kuma, and they in power. Me am TM, ye Bonia police be for me. Say one hour in power, me am TM, ye Bonia police be for me. But somewhere, sometimes, say acquire political offense and dilution of state institutions are and not problem the ban.
Who said me bano? We said now, bueno, now Attorney General. He was talking about instances when your right can be curtailed.
Yes.
Me ka abronya die, ma menka MPP for ayachi womu, activists ayachi womu.
So my den.
And the remarks that they made.
Okay.
There was an instance where Fancy Comedy, or your TikTok live, no be making comment
that.
Hello FM.
I don't want to repeat it.
Okay. Then if you don't want to repeat it, probably a live loss.
Obi making comment. You see? Me they can't say.
Okay.
Obi making comment. Now out of that comment Obi here no. Or no, he gave that right for the comment to be made.
Yes.
There are countless instances when a man for TV so TikTok and making more serious and damning comments. Not even an invitation.
Okay. So the
if someone should threaten CID boss
into the inconsistency of the state actors.
And on the Bema opposition, sorry say. What you are doing is a means of weaponizing state institutions to fight the opposition because of your inability to perform. Because as we speak now, all the big promises that the NDC made, they were unable to make any headway out of it.
Their term is not over until
now your term is not over. And now dollar no, and then I'm 10 there. We should clap for you. When employment wage is surging now, your term is not over.
Or say we should medasipi for your introduction remarks and you may now main cancer Dr. Iron Kuma senior lecturer University of Skills and Training and Entrepreneur Development USTED ono so aba and Yewra Jackson Pratt Darren and so aba now me have time now 43 after 8 o'clock. Fantastic over for say the propaganda machinery is in full force and truly underway. Well-meaning Ghanaians must remain vigilant and expose them for what they are. Today, Justin Kodia is telling us that power doesn't last for long, sir. Where was he when Apia Stadium was arrested for similar issues? Where were they when Captain Smart was arrested and prosecuted twice in 2022? And or say where were they when Oheneba Boama was picked up by security when he was criticizing Akufo-Addo? Or say the process is too slow to identify and bring to justice those who have looted the state resources. Okay, so in two parts, Bako about oral, and in another part, about freedom of speech. Dana Prama is watching live from my President Mohammed and the NDC party should remember that in Ghana every 4 years we go for elections, so they should not treat the MPP people like this or like that. Greetings to Dr. Baumiana Fichaman Kuka. And
NPP party. Kwame Abroye say any party said me and na wako kansa mo
Mugabe oti
court no so say one can you need. No
regional police command square sell more supply weapons to armed robbers.
NPP for more
say obi anya na
anasa wo ye NPP ninti na mo amano. That is Darren question being bandied around.
Menjo so unishia comments on the first issue. Yenye be 12 minutes.
Okay. Senior, whatever. Me da was so ene wati efo nyina so se na so metimi abeka monsa e wa ha. Ensemi ba ye obete se MPP4 kasa and aban no yisu bail condition yisu bail conditions they weaponize it against the opposition. By the way, my main fanchia son kuma unmia and estafayam.
Hey, any me chiao.
Hey, Osha. Hey.
Chairman, me too catch you.
I never know so catch you so catch you.
Any. I was a friend chairman. I mean papa.
When you and you must travel who no more.
Hey, I can't 2 years.
Why would I am the mini papa?
I can't 2 years bro.
I can't 2 years but someone who can be about no winning the AC. On the acting managing director Emma Kumasi City. I can't 2 years per any day. The 2 years when I can any.
That's maintaining call by maintaining.
What do I what do the area?
No, that's the secretary. On the secretary I know the.
What do the area now? No so dinner memoir. Oh, Makabi. I was watching up.
Yeah, me so gentleman.
I'm very gentle. Senior. Asemi ba ye and you sign NDC. You su NDC abai John Mahama criminalize free speech. Hey. Na san some way be the MPP the kenisa mo can be o.
I didn't hear.
Ade amoya broso. Maya traso. Na mutimi defend the emra in its different stage and then the mo be kasa sa de kro de na enye. You see, my but
Darren. Yes, senra na enye e no mo defend ya. Enye nti usu defend enye. Eta
make say ade o mu defend ye no ene utime yo say na won say nye o you knew say nye
granted you knew say nye ene asibium ena you knew say nye wan ka ho hwe be ne wo ka say enye
the entire American
it doesn't make it right still
the contest American ne say bail condition MPP 4 person mu gina so e de ye o mu defense no
yeah
defense of straw eni nyina so bia senior bail condition or no can constitution wa criminal offences act no procedures no can wa say bail condition do even though you repeat some section every offense is bailable na mom do baby so the discretion of the judge
or say the grant of bail to persons facing trial is a matter within the sole discretion of the trial court. Or see the famous American case of Stark versus Boyle, 342 US 1 at 4 and at 5, 1951. This is what the court said. The right to release before trial is conditioned upon the accused giving adequate assurance that he will stand trial and submit to sentence if found guilty. Since the function of bail is limited, the fixing of bail for any individual must be based upon the standards relevant to the purpose of assuring the presence of the defendant.
That's right.
And it's me court, no, all the grounds so mama me bill, mo frame me ba, me jidi so mama bill.
Ejina sem kra ye kan ho asem.
Anyway.
But just what man say. On sin do can say this civil case now wo kan no. E be a civil case, but nipa ko no bet my flight risk.
Emra waje ne passport.
Ebi so that time ye kan no. Na ye nye o passport. Ebi at that time ye make his argument no. Na ye making request of your passport. Etu wetimi adwane. E kan na wo de e kan so a civil case. See na what man say. Obi akobeli obi o police station. Akwa sign undertaking. Say me de ne baba me de akokot. Onipa ni wi anu de ho akanwura. Enso oni passport nso de ho akanwura. E ho no wa wo ma bail no, wona esike da so aye kan wasem no. Either oba ko serve the jail sentence and now say the penalty of the offense and now say obetu eska no. Enunti court ni discretion mu no okase wo ma bail or court ni wo every right under constitution based on parameters I would so you see, Eban is na misruma munyina because you are young guys are more in politics. Me kasemba. Nta me ka say ejina asem kro ayeka. The magnitude of the issue at stake ayedi hun komono and ejina say you will be considered by the court or you will not be considered by the court, not because a political matter. Say threats who you so in fact all kind section 205 now using section 205 no abusive language, threatening words ni nyina ka ho bi saying there ebema wetin aka say disturbance of public peace ni nyina ka ho enti say court no hwe say niam a wo ye no any wo body language ade ba court any say nia wo kasa wo gina court no animu kura no a me ya adwuma court pa as an arbitrator say na senior woni no so we gina court dem a wo body language kura ma judge no say wo show remorse baby a wo gina court no animu a wo gina judge animu a senior we kwen watade no kura shirt e hyew any senior wo ba wo yedu be gina daka mu a wo toge wo tretre wo nan ba che say wo de wo ho wo suro ni ebesi court need me judge need me show adwini mo etimi show psychological show wa etimi deduce say akwe wonya nuhu bia okokro a onyakwan ya obesa koka ne chensa opa no wasi ne bosa ne obeya na obeye nti judge ne betimi agina so for avoidance of disturbing public peace into obeka so ma bail nti say bail asem ne ye ka dia any MPP frontiers say the discretion of the sitting judge. So who pe bail ama bronya kan komo bu ho aye ko hu prosecutor ni asre no say me nua we die baby now ni wana me pacho tie me ye and now no what say me pacho wo kasa manka bi now no senior what say and the appeal could be more beka say boni a wuntumi aye no tisi e kwosre okase boni a wuntumi aye na okase na titafo na mompaye ma ba kokwa ka say no one nya the appeal answer the appeal ka say na titafo mompaye one of the MPP activists ka say the break right there enya pa there was on social media say enya kra was say kwosre president Mahama na omugo niemem because in some na wuntumi kika fa Mahama hono bi no eni enyan patriote meba enti se wo pe bail ama obi na se bail no emra ne kire wo se ebi wo hon ma bail no a discretion by the certain judge na e hono de woni tumi o hwe ebi na si senior ebi na si Sir John asem no 2013 Supreme Court petition no
yeah
senior patriote say Sir John ko kika nsem bi tia judges no na judges ni deem contemptuous of the court.
We all remember.
But ebra lawyer atuko efi okojina judges nanim
ayikwe otu
kojina judges nanim ene ne kasa de na ho brase kasa na se jo so e share de ho se wa moa in fact wo ho se biribi tim ribi no judge justice atubu ahwe nanim sa wo say have you seen your real size ni nyina na wo hwe se jo anim a se jo dimi na nyina che se wa fo omu ya no. Meanwhile, the same Supreme Court, they can crunchy kwajina ho. No, kwa challenge. No matter what they see here, or kodem. Anumpo. Na yen fanning kwa remand no. Yen remand no. I hona ye betimi ajaw ye betimi a sentence no. On two behavior yi. Enti bia abronya kwa court wa. Sani wo pia bonti opese nkrofo nyina hu se. Wo ya abronye. Dimina just on sorry, one fa judge no waka. So uko court na judge be ma bail a. Ye hwe niam bi ne agina so aka so. Ne nsam a wo ka no. Eto no bi kra na wo se wo lawyer no. Wo board ni kire prosecutor no pa na chew ansa ne ra court room. We dem so because prosecutor no so be ka say, ehwemu a me ye no, me hu no se mu ja no a. Me bre ansa na ehwemu no mawie. Obetimi atemper evidences. Judge ni be jina so ma bail. Eno ncha say wabo atrimodin o. But prosecutor na dwuma ye nti for the smoothness of the prosecutor's job nti judge ni be deny bail. Ana wan so aye pre bail amount no wanim any said ya waye wo ho na wa moa. Ana judge ni hwedin o so we me ka say me kire no a onim ni oye mama ni bail mo nkoda asem ni ye ndi. Sine ba twat ma say
meet you.
Now no one lawyer back. My friend is the comic. My friend the comic lawyer.
Lawyer ni now friend the comic lawyer.
My friend the comic lawyer.
Okay.
Then come obi ya me very comical.
Lawyer Ben.
Lawyer Morris Ampao, the MPP comic lawyer. Unim senior. Obe yeah social damage me ma abronya. Wa hwe be fa wo. In abronya yare. Abronya the health condition ne sunu nyina anye.
Na say onye abronya lawyer in this case.
Na make say oyade bi won so TV so. Se onu na gina judge na nimu a. Ko be kansem bi a. Judge na bufuo to say
Kojo upon Kroma is representing abronya.
Me say senior judge a ogina wanim lawyer ogina wanim kra pray bail amawo no. Ni onu so ni body language. The tone.
Eti me unso be ba na obekem.
Aye. Ebi na ye friend say no. Attach akwa ke kwanche no. Me lord, wo challenge. No so challenge. You say the continue boy. You na attach akwa fi akodidi. Na ken kwanche akoshem. So ye ka bronye issue a. Na wo can bail asemo. I learned say we a law student. And I'm also part of the legal, me a part of the legal fraternity. And you know these things.
You mean Raphael?
Okay. Raphael Osuyamra.
Okay. Monyere
Why LLB in law? Where we
right.
Oh, just say me say that time minim Raphael now or law. But what must say? And you know these things.
Right.
But na video so be yes I say weaponize bail edit yamo. Eh about body language. Oh pepper bail.
But I say Darren, you see young politicians. Me bomb pa omu nyina mbe lawyers na ombe lawyers ni wi na semba ko da ho na Darren Pryor NDC lawyer na Ralph MPP lawyer the same matter they will look at it with different political lenses and they are assured oh yes I said newspapers make me capture the same event, the same speakers, the same venue, but depending on newspapers, maybe omu free bar, we na headline no, na ye dem abibiri. But that's it. Comments on crime pillar two say Dr. Baumia be the president 2029, and then Dr. Baumia no crackers was say MPP for you they should start behaving as if they are government in waiting. Now catch UK and shadow government. Or say JDM is back, Dumfa is back, Aban Papa Payani. Ajigon Atasa or say Ochia Haji Safia Mohammed, next MPP National Women's Organizer. Everybody Bechem no say the NDC government is now telling us they don't feel comfortable when we serve them with the same kind of words they use against the Nado Dankwa and the MPP. I like the way Honorable Afenyo Marcus spoke because we won't allow the NDC to intimidate us. Wherever the NDC is doing today, they will be paid. They will pay for it when power changes. Also, regards to Dr. Baumia, Adrinkesi John Obantampa, Hawakumusen, and as Honorable Fred Che Asamoah, Benji Wonfi no say those who are complaining of intimidation today, they did worse when they were in power. Also, when power left their hands, they are now pretending they don't do such things. We've seen all their tricks. Or say they are making noises. Ghanaians will not have mercy on them and bring them back. Most of the MPP communicators are saying what they are saying to get power. Every NDC member should run away from the country or else they will be arrested. Or say, Bia Nkofuku, or Chia MC or what one will be just out to Kunkom. And last one, okay. Mamenko, Dr. Iron Kumaho. Now, yet Yaman for the radio from the lenses of objectivity and individualism. Or no, your senior lecturer, Obeka Senate here. Doc, your first issue, free speech and matters arising. Free speech as semi ban in Kwabata Dawson.
That's it. I mean, show. I mean, set you for your phone now. Now, I mean, Chammy Crum for.
Did you saw with you?
Monsieur Easted Fonzo.
First FM Amstead.
Amstead. I mean, Ralph, my way. You see, actually. What's the name?
Monsieur Enti na mode a political chairs.
Na mo political chairs sema. Mo nyaisa. Mweza na mo high school.
Aba.
Esa.
Na dog macho. Yes sir dino. Ade na mo kire ho no kai column ne bibia mo de kire de ho ne musubani na asesa na.
David.
The same thing. The same lectures.
Ilugu. Dina na asesa.
Dina na asesa.
Dina na. But I think say
Ghana politics.
Politicians say asani subano munyai. Na omume say Edi two bia but at least but me visa where as a political issue into why but all the omo arguing some best and be omunyai na edino
dog jai utu for
debut share now unim say they are same way pa go fosi can be past still uncle baby is saying there's a but Sammy unim as an nika cano in your politics no ya o council maybe I who's in cano I say so woman can was so who say can the opposition no who's the no the all power who say what can they?
And they are all quoting the law.
Aye, and they are all quoting the law. Na what who say? And then I mean, me uncle be din komo. Aki, ye din komo na me kai. Eno also call court na lawyer be ne kai na. On here next time we call court to be focus say where's I bet you contempt to. Court to go yes I name mana. I need to go to. What was it? Seriously, me the me who say sometimes court and so ayana and some says you show demeanor.
Okay.
And the we are be our lawyer. That was a bit me there some court. Na yeah first time offender. Na plea mano. And to be clear, it is a sentence I say the mano no. It is
mano.
And this animal na a part of the process. But me there. Me too NDC for me di come to omofo no mo owa ban mu you see where unim say o aban mu ahụ na opponent comment bia na achi omu ahụ na ho ye society na hi Now or moving na Juma Edema was a baby. Because Ghanaians are looking for roads. We are looking, say, schools, hospitals. See, I'm renting them about it. And health service for cry for more. I must say, yeah, Fabi. Now, you
for 6,500.
Near your Fabi volunteer. Obia nursing training, we are all paid Juma years after the volunteer. What as you? Her teacher for and your form, you say, classroom, empty classroom, go. And so, I buy some onions come fat teacher fonti. And those empty classroom, no, yaman now. Now, one time. And people are looking for bread and butter issues. And do man say, and they actually, same thing as Sansa Moya on the king. Who say, I no more opposition. Or me the day and away your crops, on. Or mobile power. Who say, you try almost 1.5 years, what I say. I think you're processing for and you be next year. No, now Ghanaians are starting criticizing buying corruption. Tiafi una moral authority crowd a change of phone. That's what form.
Hey, Baba, where they woman swear, say, woman 4 years here, don't money me. They were sure, say, not one corruption scandal and on penny amana Baba Tomukumu. Or more pledge, no.
Who pledge it?
I said, Bosh, where the more this year, but we are there.
And you pledge it. About Tony Comedy and Nam running a D.
Yeah, you really say. Oh, say, a copase, accuse you of being corrupt or Abema.
Yeah.
Now, to me, you control the Nipano Kokota. Then the people who believe you say, oh no, I feel why you watching so about corruption?
Okay, so dia waka no say obetimi so dia ya adwuma dia.
That's the point. Enti I meet say say woma amamuonu enya omo concentration. Amamuonu enya concentration. Make sure say we effort to reduce the poverty level of people. Yes it's them ye. Well, yes it's them ye na obi kokana sem na oti na enya obi asem. But kwa say every day who improvement in our lives. Na kwa say opposition for na achi omo ya na oba no be defend and na unim dia na yawo defense no mun say we are no wa list your opposition no uchi we and the opposition say so list what we na I say chess game we chi we and we achi we e do who say Rafu can work until say the home train
2029.
And most of the opposition members say this. And now more power and so can say any one day and so it's not like say
any joke. They are not playing.
And it's not like say because yesterday I said it on the sister radio say I am looking forward say sometimes communicators no say opposition leaders or they say a former vice president be a MPP chairman be and say former minister be general secretary NDC members be so to me cassette almost say I'm expecting saying kada could be NDC member be cassette here be a Dr. Bohobio enye fe ahun na makwatisi ono so na who say what feed you
are balancing the act
sir abano balancing the act and what say yenya sanity in our speech because Simon Kausan clear it shouldn't be say ebia me metwe ebia Darren NDC nti me cassette na ya wechi me by Ralph de MPP nti opposition ti me cassette na tra no e ko ne baby ebia me cassette Ralph no even those opposition and so your Ghana ni amai no mra na ekova no enti me kasa tia na me kasa nya ya chi me because makasa tia obi not because o abam ye ne sa at least nkaba bua ma kasa kra ehonti no
yeah
eswati ba kwa se we die se opposition a na o kasa tia o yonku bi dia ene
nhwema no nko
ye enti se asa de na o mo ye no ama Ghana for cry ye who say China no because more chi because o maka some money more chi because I say event say game mo ye bi ene yesu ye be chi mo bi enti I say ye tua oka na sa ye di bu o man timi dem fi say ba metu political party for no so for opposition opposition sa opposition
say who come on to
enye say wa numra from kwan keke asem bi o ho a wo kasa na wa hwe kasa yi hwe crash your tie menena ko radio on several occasions on kasa ma obi fra emfa phone friend say ada bi kasa we de enye
okay enti crash ya o tie yi ni ti anye yi na ban ba na ban ni party na manyuko ba ban ma obi ankan no wo mo kasa ya ko jiro no
enye no crash
Ghana politics
also kasa ni kasa yi
o pa ko jail
kasa ni
o me fi de o ye
criticize
I'm telling you
what my criticize about
doctor opa o ye young opposition activist o de me yanchu be mi nu bi okay
kasa ni yanchu kasa mi yanchu ana ko ye ni wu ma
yanchu ba ko
o de kasa mi yanchu mi nu bi
o man na ye bu no enye eyo ye de kasa ni eyisa facilitism I believe say
ya kasa mi achi ye hu ya fa o
eya no kre ya anti bebre so omonya bibi
ayo
say ade ba kwa me say hu political party ade ba kwa me say hu political party no mo ayo mo say also unya godfather any ade ewom
na doc ye chi wo no and minority leader invite to bar in office and now we no na
whole press conference
former attorney general say crash be be didi and now we any do ko ha udi akem
yes I say area o gapa ba be say umsa opposition at least you can criticize the government but sometimes some be home to me come and go overboard do can some na can send ya except say the amount for be who say oh sana sanity pepe me fi say e bet me aboama your sanity aba ye you know and ade ba ko ha dwen say we ni ana fan why we shanty we omutimi ti omo ti omo go tsan bi kwa omunya kwadu papa bi amfa mo omo hwetewete zam say punishment act
ye ja ukra wi asem ni bi fancy comedy ye ja ni wi MSS case mantin ho asem bi
but let me cause a punishment keke ni pa ye say do wa ko sales ni do an na mua be 2 weeks 3 weeks na asan ye ja eno ne emfasodia otisians I think
exactly so no encouraged by revenge method and revenge mood
say revenge
mo position no mo say ma mo kan ye bi ni enti yanso ye kan bi Uni se no so ka ho bi
sa enje se ana nti won se omo so opposition no ti e chi omo nkrofobia
of course
enti we mo so se ya ba mo so mo chi bi enti won se ade na kwa se e be chance na jai o e be chance na jai enye na asem em se ye kwa nim nya because the moment wo beba power no wo wan say to me kutaw to be anka wasem and the opposition so fi say man kan sem anguso a me papa enye yi ti on so akeke bi so wachi bi na say I think say
Rafa Kaso say nipa 16 and o makasa me achi omo so far enti omo kita documentary evidence of nipa 16
Darren so start here no bo appear stadium obo kwambu kufu be ansani ada obo musa
at least so TNDC commentators and we come on the messages by they are referring to almost
time I say issue I political game
but only solution
ni solution any solution David, any solution? Say, I know the other solution is the political parties have seen that one to be a weapon to either win election or lose.
Okay.
And that's the only way. A weapon to because I'm saying Oba power or no fee say why ye be into also by you be a triaka. And now also opposition also Abe say now yeah the winning. Timame sumi be. And the any solution Sisi aye wom na de hadwene say de enye ewo mu na ebe say ye ni say e say nkwara no mu di achi no.
Yes.
I don't need the challenge. Esenkwara ama omumura fiber
ekofo. Chief uzo aka asem kase pa.
Serious pa. Omumura principles.
Uzo aka asem kase pa.
Yes,
kwara. Minority leader. Na danfo pa ne former minority leader no ye finance minister. Wo ma yonko fa no de obi be ka chia ne yonko enkose bibia da they will continue to be friends and brothers. But what can say is omo mu di omachi no.
Yes.
Nkola no omo ba no.
Yes.
Those who have been trained politically.
Yes, that's the challenge. And say ye kasa ankasa. Seriously.
I say obi ani no yonko abotre.
Obi amu ade obi amfo obi ho obi kasa che panyin amfa ho o kasa che no yonko amfa ho odidi watema nya hwe sometimes oti social media and now to radio so now tie nsema enkwara bitimi ka che panyin for power groma is unfortunate.
Hwe MPC.
That's the point.
Omo ya danfo.
That's the point.
But omo followers be share no mo kuntokwa.
That's the point. And no dia and come them feel any solution because a weapon are use either to win power or to lose power or to gain an advantage over the other. And they don't know mutim but say kwanya ni e faswa na ye tititi na ye kasa chempanyi for ye nimpanyi for din komo yesua yesia yenuan ma eno mu din komo ene unsia brante ni maba na mu ni udin komo na se atimdi dia mema enye ye because who say normal. Before elections, young man be no so to yes, so NDC youth organizer. Obeki can send be on social media. Emma, yet no more no them. NDC for the beach say, Nen some more kaya or them no. And then Nipani be opposition more can worse. And to almost pressurize their government to ensure say or more mukasa to say so to youth organizer no. They should also be dealt with the law. And it is as you are saying, a political tool be a sir. And say mo dem vise say ka say NDC for cancer ma gu MPP for so MPP for cancer ma gu NDC for so e yomo omienu asem on political no but ateni na abamu no ene nsema on printable words they said the only abotre dey social media common man could be udu ano wa hunu atwam sir printable words I want for to me say e bia you mama atemanya obi o I didn't mama atemanya ne ya me mama would not be me ya timi hu anu matwam din and no kwan asema e ha one mess power who dware kra hu free yes was in on social media so no media me hwem din na matwam bra o ba me so me go social media mo bi ni matem da because me say how sensitive nti me ka asem na yo me ko me was dem ko di me ko fa social media e bia ma me ka asem yi boy ya ye ko che no aguna swedu ye friend Peter Sando or MPP communications officer me makumam ubisa me a me ka say ana so ko che obi fi aguna swedu di ne konkran all because wakoye flyer not do man penny info ni aboso was dum so is back on the show me feel say he is just activating on also the form of expression so you know see dum kan ya dum so is back enti ye no bisa me a me mfo so say be chine fi aguna so do edna ko enkran ubisa yesu e bia there's an underline EBB there ben electronic there ben enti ya no e bia makodam so we di anka mo ye ni shodu ha ya crank ye when you be out be babo chaba be catch yourself fa wanu fa we fa wu asem be catch no enti we no dey show tip no atwam no Facebook ne Twitter ne ade no 24 hours occupied no mo ti wa no mo pesa sembra asem na violence enti wudi na kutom
Not you know comments, but where is this person coming from? Yes, so no, you got to make sure Jimmy. No, Jimmy is so sad.
What did Jimmy ma ko no afarisa? What the ma
party be catch Republic versus Kwame Bafwa Bronya. Republic versus MPP party. Kwame Abronye sebi nipa se me we ya na wako kan asema court so say one can you need but if you should limit
the law.
And that's why you MPP niti na moko amano. That is.
And so and me know ya. But also can be.
The law. Until you see only the final say. He can pronounce it today. But you can go to a higher court so that it can be quashed or sustained.
But before it be a higher court, they come out quash, you know. What them 3 days? Now what them 24 hours, 48 hours.
And on the bare punishment. And now we should speak against.
Reminder.
Oh, you want something? As some are now. They are worse. Because social media, people are doing worse. But the thing is that maybe we say. Case be on one, please, and they go in. So why the reporting?
Hey, then say police now they go in and they can say for that matter is the Republic and it be a dog because of he say asemna wakano
safety of public. Yeah. Then on another breath, your catch was say, but see did you react them? It's incumbent on him to report. Or not there.
Okay.
It's incumbent on you to report.
That means who can say me, you know.
Yeah.
But could you say we di Raf attempt? And Raf na amra police station be reporting. But your dog say we di some be attempt.
And the police are questioning.
Okay. So that's when the law is inconsistent.
So when the favor left, the laws will act. When it's right, the individual has a right to act. Okay. Which is bad.
Right. Martin Diaboatin say, or here so, and I'm reading his only. Or say, why are they not arresting their own too? Because some of them are doing same. And said the law should be consistent. Say a far off or say to me far Darren. Say far a yes, some or say to me far dog. Anyway, now you're called the second issue. Ora. Na Attorney General say akasa biu na o chese ora no ebinom say ifili enye adwuma ewu ne na mabu o say MPP ene the official adwo musoso mbeko jail wo na omo ye sank kan sem na ora no de ejira ne nan so pa adwuma o say operation recover all loot. It's not failing. Now, the ongoing corruption prosecutions are rather putting pressure on the opposition New Patriotic Party. Also, the current court cases involving alleged corrupt-related offences have heightened fears within the MPP because their officials are at risk of being jailed. Darren, the way I'm we are going to recover billions of cedis for Ghana. Your share processes national. Jabian shed the name cases no.
Now, my party,
Ubia, Yasha the Jinam Renima, Yajigan, the Sika Free in Chandiama or Mino. Attorney General Casa, you are in government. Minim they also candia to so.
Sinamedawasi.
Now, Patrol Fuseni Sali Fusi Wachiao. Or say greetings to the NDC man in your studio. Now, insult is not good. Or say any good habit cry. And you are not a politician or an activist. All politicians should stop insulting. Mejidi say munyi na mbeti asiasa ade anke nyina kranke asumbedu yen. Yenkwe.
Sina say normally utie me.
We ubon 10 minutes.
Yeah, utie me political commentary. Me nya fan of sa nkomo no. Because I believe say we didi atema panyi bi create o mpa wano ka say tie biem.
Ohu anim ko oti odi nkra na ne buofu.
Say uni obi kra nya asem na ye koka. Na wonsem kan ni mu kra no ka santwi. Ekutiabe eni nani na mu a both of us nipa na ye nya kan asem kwa na obi e feel sympathy ama no. Nti me ade e friend say politics of insult mempe. Ade say wahye mebufu akodum pempen so bi de na ntesu kokoya tip kakra to so. Na paasa sa ne ametie de mempe sa nkomo na ma sa ma ne wo pese wo kakra no ntumi nka. Ebi mu strategy no wo sa asem na da pronso no ni we ka o so oheda ye ne ma na di bawo na say agro na gu but we are learning. Senior ora something we said in opposition you bury cover me gidi say and someone report wa corruption reports are now appear to be very blatant. Now we opposition leader now also be kasa chire nipa. Now senior Ghana for so hu ba ko corruption. One can ho asem what it means ne say ahwa wo ba wo be yebi. Ti na wo ba won kan ho asem no. Enu nti o ya de be a friend political marketing issues of the day. Ana wo de kan asem a won sem duru akire. So na problem Ghana for kan ho asem ba ko corruption. Now corruption, no, our way of going around it, salvaging the corruption perpetration against the citizens of the state, Hence, let's give a policy strategy. So policy strategy, near friend say, "Ora, Operation Recover All Loot." And somewhere, esika, ye tete se ira basa, gane basa no. Ye best say one more, ye hwemu one more fano. Ye beji ediaba.
Gia ye beji ni yakoye nim. Ekona ye kosi ye kwa jisika free omo a yisika kodi omo nsem no. Are we progressing?
Attorney General, and what the best answer to this? And what can one say no?
Okay.
Was say ebi mukra reach out to him some person munya plea bargain. Oka chom so on trying office enye plea bargain. Omumra court na court grant na nyense na ho. Na waji tum se sika na bi wo ho e krase ma council menwe. Etipo bra court. Oba court na ka che judge say me fa adwobre there's a provision e wo constitution mo a sika bedi wo na opese e solve a wo pese asem ba utimi sika ne ba na akọ ba bi. Wasi bebre a reach out to him. Ah no pese o no me ne plea bargain. O ka jom so mo court. Na court makwan afina disika na ba. Ene one issue. Enti me gidi say emre bi beba omo aya prosecute omo court na menye sure say nsem bebre na media no timi di akire e be a civil servants etinye nsem ni nyina na media no timi de ho amane Biden ebrey except so no be press conference every year enti womo a eye plea bargain wa akire no eno so mre bi beba obe brief year won na e ba court ka say kurase maka Ghana sikani monyema de Ghana assassini monyema de mempasem emre bi baba be brief year wo. The other leg of my submission here say one attorney general na nim say eba ne say you be wie 4 years na yentimi an recover either people going to jail na yen san yentimi anje ajapade a esum sika dudro bi e ma oman no a one anim so ade ahwambo media minim say meet fidie so issue threat ma no na mom edum pempen so be within our government's space period na wontumi nya adwuma bi sɛ ne ye hunu dia ane na attorney general no obi nkumatwi ono aya aware say people will agitate say wo monoma tiense no be sɛ ne wo all my assurance na che say court da ho abo die e different enti enam say one hwe ye so a ensem ni bo ho a wo be ka in as much as it is incumbent upon you say we be brief yen e won komuni mu no we be brief manfo no wana mo awutuo no e yen so say ensem ni bi won so a we be ka the court to them san say abonte na wo ka no bi ni pa ko no ambeyi wo ho ano na mo wo ka the court to them de na dance e di akire enti from where I sit technically on person obe committee no be a sue for defamation but we brief for mine no nsemo a wo mu di akire a enche ebi goso our prosecutional list nim na me de me gidi say by 2027
that's next year
2027 there na nsem ni bebre aba we ya me nya de 2028 aka kire Ghana for akobu nkonta say ora na ye kan ho asem no this is how much we have accrued we have recovered
okay
and these are the people who are behind who have been convicted. I'm a Ghana for yes, I 2028 more. Ya so be yes, I know dear. Ya Kasakra Attorney General one why ya aware. So by end of 2027, so won timin jakuko team Ghana. Resha for be kan okran san one wa edru because
I am the first Attorney General in the history of the Far Republic to have brought 5 corruption cases in 1 year. Osi obi apa onko judicial service no onko check records no. Now or say currently the prosecutions currently before the court demonstrate the seriousness of the government anti-corruption efforts. Now only the why very diligent not just a human or you know what no boas no ye human or ye enti ene MPP for the who abom mushu se wo mpan for ni bi baba kwa dem ansana abaya tifi edna djuma aba na wiye enti da yana for anu sina yanko yedim
yeah ti ya so attorney general kan wa ma ye hu say enche ne ti say MPP for bi na machire me aso kra ma ye social media commentary I directed me commentary to President Mahama say ne ye tete say asofo bi ne himfo bi enamopa na cho no so onim so wonim na wo interfere no mo ye nsem no rade my social media my videos are out there say President Mahama na ni die mu ase wonim no ye nsem no wadre na otwintwa attorney general na mu na yantimi anye sa anyema we ya na you shoot yourselves in a foot
right
because ye ni MPP for share be dey ya catch am so mo akromfo bẹ́ẹ̀ náà yẹ kasa nsẹ́mu a yẹ tu mìíràn no yà dé yẹn kyerẹ́ sè wọ́n sá wọ́n bẹ kú communicators fún yín so President Mahama understand the enormous responsibility I want to say NDC communicators say yẹn no bàbá tẹ̀lé fìdí so a projecti a jẹ́ MPP ẹ̀kí a na yẹn nsẹ́mu a yẹ wá dansi yẹ ọ̀n tìmí mu yẹn ni mu ase kí yẹn nínú bẹ wọ́ bi aka papa sẹ́ President Mahama ama ho kwan ẹ̀ ma yẹn tìmí anya prosecution. Anya conviction na buy about 4 years na President Mahama better fee
basi ya hunse ni pe court national service scandal
enti e wo court ntino e wo among bebre yam hye wo mo enu ntia make say ye ntimi ampanifu edi anim na be hu se party no wo mu firi mu nkope ba bi ntra they will lose their credibility for life say ye baba 4 years ni yetimi am prosecute MPP ni bia President Mahama will lose his credibility in NDC. Attorney General Dominic Kayini na nkasa be lose ni credibility everything he pride himself with NDC why ya na de ni begu ase no ka wa na ba be communication no enti se ni waka no MPP for ni yem hyehye won papa Rafu say won oda no oda so kan wanya bi ani etu onu ye ba na ye ka communicate ye ka won mu adi o man sika asem no osiri woni trim isan say won mu adi no won na ekofe enti ye ndie Attorney General kan.
But as an officer of the MPP, obey disturbed. We a marketer, me a marketer. We all know collateral damage by association. And he said, Namanyuku, na mpayinfo bi ejina mrana nim na se bia ebubo omno ye de omuko jela ebe affect no party no ebe affect the party no ebe affect the image of his party and ono ankasa kra personally.
Ono de menye sure say be affecting so much but the image of the party yes we yen year and ke chirensem ke de faso bro yen amemo e bebu no 2012 ekosi e bebu no from 2009 ekosi 2016 sa amemo no credentials ne de ba 2024 no ye just suppose ya modern mo e de just suppose MPP modern mo na Ghana forces sankofa na mo sa de ba e enti wono de ne party ni hwam ma bedi Ghana ne de onye rest assured say eno na be mo matter opposition for years nti eno de ebe how there I'm sorry it is going to disturb you it is going to keep you more in opposition trooper tell you bra so suppose mu so mu nya ma power because somewhere dey akono ye di hu nkunim de a enye mu awu ye ni hu nkunim kwa na mu hu ya mu fanfai ni ye bedi nkunim
Raf
Sammy
Darren Kase why you look very concerned.
Yeah, my dean because you see said they're not no affair.
And you may Attorney General Nasia Kasa Bion says Sky Train prosecution a real Omon carry biom. Now the Akanya defense no Sky Train the no contempa.
Ora na NDC propaganda and PR policy.
Sir.
I bought more winning power.
Bombay National Service scandal. There was a court. Sky Train. There was court.
That's how the kind of court I know deep. You can go to court.
Okay.
Benches were deep.
No offense, who are court to?
What for?
Former KME boss, Master Kofi Juma. One also court and say,
all right.
Well, start to cry.
Court and just say you are guilty.
No correct.
So please, you see, NDC propaganda on Aura, Ekashaya said they are going to recoup
billions,
$20.49 billion.
Dollars no mukai.
Yeah.
Okay.
$1 billion. And as it stands, there was 17 months. Beza Attorney General Aba, no be cash Ghana for how much he has been able to recoup. And your court. If you touch yourself, say, me first Attorney General, met me the 5 cases, Ako court within 1 year. And so what? What's the results to Ghanaians? And for what being power and woman Ghana for? Me problem, they say, you see, on mine here, chichiri, say, and I'm being sasso, Emma, on mine boka, and all bo mine chronoa, and financial court. The right procedure should be followed. Ye adjudicate, na say a bona, obi any problem. But he who seek equity must do equity. He who seek equity must come in clean hands.
In this case, clean hands, no, I say anything.
Who you are fighting corruption at one breath. Ubaya corrupt cases are pending. What them?
Okay. Okay.
Why not need the young coca? No, why not need the young gyno?
Right.
Secondly, was it not in court? At forcing ambulance, was it not in court? Yeah, Papa Kwabena Dufour, the collapse of Unibank, was it not in court? And yes, our Attorney General Wayan and near Papa Kwabena Dufour, I quarter them, plea bargain, a tennis can be. Why Papa near on the Fanukojina court?
Hello, FM.
So I know the NDC, MPP, Mojani Jina Munti, on the Fanukojina court. Now, opening cases are near question.
But say plea bargain there. Why when you was seminar, Obakwa apply for plea bargain?
He was telling me say they are not ready for plea bargain. Okay, so NDC need there is ready for plea bargain, but for MPP need there is not ready for plea bargain. Cases are better and corrupt cases. Only prosecute. Also, pay dear trebium. Asiama. Ni kesa na pending. Ubaye baby careful. When the HBM and on the Bank of Ghana kai that way. Tia Crano, Tiamo, Pampano. No, we are. Abeka say, I'm fighting. You are fighting which one? Corruption, we are now fighting. The next that one cry, Yakwa, ni muno. Kaka krani awie no eno kra so onye na de all ko start no and now be you are waiting Ghana for ye hwe ni mu na me enye me wa say ade no emfa because ye papa
emu de hen emfa
now
was in the history of the Fourth Republic Attorney General Bianfa 5 corruption cases in a year.
Doesn't matter. What's the outcome? At the 20 billion no edi bia ba na
e bia ye wia ni bi hu no
na enya ya papa Domlevo
former auditor general yes auditor general
gathering of trash yeah the better that Ghana for eti ye de ye hwe animu ye ma amanfo the right to fair trial obia wabo micro no bia ye fa no fa emra kwan so ba ye nyina ye ni di akire de na enye enra no enese na enye de a ade na oja enra de no na ene de na opesi selective justice how can we live in a country that's all what we look at o ka obi se na mu ye bi enti ne to abeti ayen say ye na Ghana fo ani anje ho no mo to abeti ayen e na mo so ene no na wagye agire mu Ghana fo 2028 they will vote against you nya court na wadi kan ho no oh what me amete yi say obi di sika Nese enye na eni ajiska na anya hwe adinkonwa bebre mi school. I don't have a problem. I mean, no problem. But the American say, I didn't know the end the Ujaye. And also, they can discover ba. And what the end, and also, they can no cry, dear. Sammy, okay, say Ghana, yane Ivory Coast. Now, your landmass, your problem with your boundary.
International Court.
And they started here. MPP by they came to continue to the extent that whilst the NDC were in opposition, they collaborated. Former attorney general.
Maria Ritabu.
Yeah.
On a
she collaborated.
Gloria Kufu.
She collaborated. Emma Ghana we need.
Yeah.
Say MPP are starting cases. That's MPP ni Bohobio. The same way for the interest of the state. Yet we collaborated when the NDC was in opposition. Emma Ghana winning, you know. This attorney general could have also consulted so that we finish those cases. Right. They discover. Now what do you because they are NDC? It's the NDM for home. Now MPP for the idea. Now NDC is cardiac. Yajima or minor enye. MPP for Kwana. From court, let the procedure, correct procedure, let fair trial continue. And I don't have any problem.
Okay.
And you know, any budget when fair trial costs. Now, you be equity will be, and now I say you be fine will be guilty. And no dear, you do mine, a japade, and now or my be bishop on sir. You have to discharge it with all honesty and make sure say it's to the benefit of Ghanaians. So be a better I don't have a problem. My only problem is that why is it that a NDC need here attorney general say meninji hubium mean twaso. Main problem no. Then another problem is that Adentina a MPP need here built conditions and we want to use the technicalities in law to punish the person before a court will pronounce guilty on him or her. That's anyway. my challenge. Other than that, as a country, that's how we should go. If you are engaging in corrupt activity, let's face the law. I don't have any problem. But due diligence and fair trial.
Only in Ghana. And
should be allowed. I don't have a problem. Free trial. Ekwaswa, obi any problem. But so one will say your sister me, the Abema obi to one more, Sammy, unsupported Sanyama we no. Say, say, you do quarter until
you are proven guilty.
You are innocent. And say, what said I say may punish you before pronouncement, and then a dear ni breban.
Okay.
Because the whole case, young Ralph, obianim na dress. Obianim no you say okay ya ma kwan ma untu kwan these are restrictions for webra authority ni nyina ho na se ye bewie no ye kofa say bail condition bi they say for abia 80 billion.
Yes no money awadi and the value of your crime,
so you are guilty.
Well, almost say for instance you have money now.
So some you are guilty.
Yes, what banka? And I said what banka 65 million Ghana cedis.
Yes, you say. But you pronounce it guilt on me.
Okay,
so why you punish me?
Okay, and see, I'm getting your drift. Say until I'm proving.
No punishing me. We are next a court. No, no, what they are punishing me before? You pronounce it guilt.
Ralph Medas, I get your point, Doc.
Operation
we cover all loot.
And I can say,
Operation we cover all loot. Obia is according in Botum be Attorney General. Wajia now say in the Fourth Republic, no, we're both much Attorney General be also the 5 corruption cases in 1 year and all prosecutee. Yakasa crossing sky train where we're closing the case. It's up to the defense to also come and state their case now for judge, you know. I'm young baby. Ye bakwa wi. Usu ni saying. Rafa Rezi should be say oba they were pending corruptive cases. And they also work on nolly prosecute. Communal for no also just can be now a jao. Now then, I wait there. Only almost soon cousin Koyan Kodis can be almost soon yao.
Samuel, President Kufo time. Kwampepra, Sipayanki, Dana Budapi, Victor Salome, Omu Jeli Omu for corrupt practices. In the NDC for bar power in 2009, they did all they could to jail MP for maybe. Maybe by a crime, man or Chief Justice. No, none of your money.
Children Wood.
Mami Wood. Georgina Wood. Naga Krebs on say, Yempam. If you cry a petition near the Adina.
Oka Atamils Aberso.
Yes. Homuna. Yura Kwabrenji, former chairman. There are so many ways to kill a cat.
Now, finding crazy.
Konya. And I don't know if you or MPP saw some about power. That is 2017. Number power second time. Only gentleman be any friend Dukuno. No venture capital. Venture capital. On an chief executive. Omo any a jailino, but only jail term no. Banco prison or settle ne debts near ye. Zani friend Duku. Ena almost Kojeli Mamia away, your friend. No, Maslock in absentia.
Papa now can friend Daniel Duku, CEO of Venture Capital Trust Fund.
Ena
say he is no longer facing trial as they pleaded guilty to causing financial loss to the state and reached a restitution agreement in 2020.
Yes. And I also say national communications also. And also
National Communications Authority.
7 na you about for Bonnie crack on. Almost as a mujeli be also. And you also say we have chronology of how things have happened now. I am say Orano was something for MDC to just state. Say MP Fonso are corrupt.
And they now can National Communications Authority, Bafo Bonnie, William Tevy, one other jailed 16 years by Anakrai Commercial High Court. Justice Eric Chi Bafo and a convicted Nipano. Eugene Bafo Bonnie, former board chairman, National Communications Authority. William Tevy, former Director General NCA, NFA, Nana Ousu and Sao, former board member. Aladi Salifu, Osman, former Deputy National Security Coordinator.
Oh, auntie, I say, at all costs, we need to get people who are corrupt.
At all costs?
Because me can be attending this for that. Say, they have proven to Ghanaians, say, MP4 proven to Ghanaians and this for a corrupt.
And to also counter
to also to me who say, and this for MP4 so you corrupt.
Me, my problem is, who is a court, you know? Se woni nyina so bia na ukase bia
se omo catch say yen ti o omo can say MB for corrupt omo chronology ora ya yen yero okujato ena former auditor general
dom level
they made a whole list of people omo ye corrupt won finding over 20 billion issues say it may recover
and na egbeshi na enko ba bia na se taka na ya na ye ka
na say ya na MP for opposition no mo kisa say NDC for so me corrupt
say o kan
e no ba power no
mpacho o say o kan Daniel Agbudapi o kan Victor Salome but sa tra o be kaya there were others Sheriaiti George Nokaiti they never went to jail but they the same case.
Me point here, me person me raising say. On say NDC for no, and you be the kumantri. One de omo buy. Okay. Omo na beka che Ghana for say. Ni pass me. In fact, so tie nsema na omo opposition omo raise about corrupt issues About amount omo corrupter. Kan say nkasa bi kwa na say nka MPP Granka Ntatiaba. I think ya Omasa Bebre lie. Court.
So by National Service Scandal were court, SkyTrain were court,
and some of them kind of bruise you. National Service Scandal and SkyTrain, the Awakano, and 1 billion gra. I don't know 20 billion plus. As some the can.
Hey, not just a couple 19 billion.
Oh, 80, oh, say. Me, by all said and done, a woman, I say. I'd say a political game. And I believe say also Mumi and say. And this is for also Munyabot say. For whom say me dear. Mako court twice. Menyasem ako court twice.
My lord.
Na di mi hu ye ne say. Judges so. Omo mfa kansem wa bonti street talk. Enko court kudi asem ni bi mo.
Omo dem run di asem.
Omo dem run di asem. Omo the evidence di asem. Omo wo presidents. Also ansa no be ka say Sami we are guilty no. Also to me prove beyond reasonable doubt.
Obe consider nema bebre.
Obe kanya so nienti a o ma wa hu say we are guilty. And he say what abonte now we the da say nipas masi corrupt ade chin ya no obo wedding just like that. No kan ba wa hu say aya na de ewu ba ko ne say politicians no ho omo create problem man in society no is so omo lifestyle so ya na telebia ema the opponent cause we corrupt ahụ ne sisi ani ajedi because obo holma the lifestyle only did just after becoming an appointee so number one thing I say
na ye nimu
that's the point. That's the point. And you say NIA perception. And you say you never can any pass mezi or a copter. While we hear the in terms of community near there, you last time. I compare from where you were up to now.
In 4 years.
I just to say.
But in 4 years,
sir. I just to say we are corrupt ampa. And the now our perception. I did it as Ghanaian. Now you are two about you. Na yet so about say we are na there musi elisi corrupt people no me say nka ye di asem ni ye di omo na court both NDC and MPP the musi list
papa NDC ni MPP for kroya na ma fast track high court ba Ghana fast track high court share 2001 ade ya na ye mawreho share ade ya na mawreho pa ni say ade ya na mawreho pa ni say uze okọ most of the counties now. If we go a bind be well, na say China minister be. Yeah. Omujeli no. China minister na or so a bind nipo. So a bind so corrupt omujeli no. China etimi kun nyina. That's the point. Uko UK a bind to so ana the Secretary of State never friend. Yes, no we are corrupt resign or near the court near jail. But you inquire then there. I say at any particular point in time, there all opposition, you know, accuse you the all power just like that. The all power no bar. The opposition never pay. Na on only crying the corrupt people cry or home pie. You do myself cry nas. I never saw. But I don't hear yes, sir. Why wouldn't they? Because I am man. I quite say corruption. I quite say a party ne corrupt. Wouldn't be a problem, no. Yani and Zamana say a party near corrupt. By name of individual near corrupt. And the man say Yakochi NDC Nibi and as MPP Nibina Yako Jelina. Now opposition in the acquires a own say Yakasa party for near corrupt. And the ones and Tiama acquires maybe say Mimi or power. Min crow 4 year corrupt practices crana. Min bet me Yamura authority some don't court because some don't go court. You can say, hey, it's a party for wow party for me corrupt. And that's the problem we are facing you in our part of the world. And to me, if you say political parties to buy now, we must serve as a lesson. Who say maybe an HM home, not petrol, fuepa, not a big one of the biggest issue political campaign issue. What was it say I call from? And yet it's a face no. Ebe do baby city to the dollar. Sir. Enti. The fundamentals are weak. Is okay. It's early days yet. 4 years no enrube bia. Attorney General no me feel say me de makumum no. He needs to be very careful.
he's rushing. He has to keep his tempo cool. Now, underground work.
He's very diligent in his investigations.
Diligent in your investigation, no, say what the result aba. Okay. Diligent in your investigation, yes, diligent. Because Ghanaians are looking forward to the day and when Nipas may see wait here. Nampa or forecast say or corrupt.
But aren't you afraid for more? I do original court. He say, I do court today. One day, judgment did beba.
You see, mind you, you say, Papa, Opuni.
What can I say?
MPP for China, Sanya Basa will want to say, no, I say, you're jail you see, I mean, politicians, no, I am not sometimes, almost never be some young careful. I mean, say, a cartel, dear. I mean, cartel.
Okay, but you know what? On the cartel issue now, beside, bet me a catcher will say, Mobile 10, Modem Saba, my Sikamua, and what she did, one here on the court. Nemo, you be there. Maybe a team money margin, no. Me and with me firm, as you said, Obi no be the cool school. Obi no be crowd here bakupe. Obi no be the class or almost off baku. Here, Obi no be crowd tennis.
And one in you. And one in you.
Oh, Janio Bianabeko. Messi Obi no be.
And I make catch say any money here because the issue is say some other countries China about 60, 70, 80% of the society are atheists. They don't even believe in God existence. And so China who they are born here. And for who say Ninia, 7 rough tea, Machibane rough, Makoya Bonnie, rough Baba Church, Bonnie. Ghana. There's no way you make resolve corruption issues.
No one Wakwa Bamu. Me family of uncle.
When I say, "Oh, cries," I never say, "Machibane Raf." Raf, I call this car. Never call my mouth report. Me fear for now. Me come for now. I miss you. I even to me. Oh, at the end, you corruption there. Me never sure say.
Did you boss?
Me corruption ain't even resolve.
That's it.
And then no credit. Second, I resolve corruption. I just say you redefine. You redefine corrupt practices.
Corruption. Right.
Yes. In our own context.
Redefinition there, I'm saying must start from the nursery. Na yina nkola ne mpanyin fo ne mabudo ne abasiwa fo ne nkokra fo ne mewafo yina because no na maka cho no ne yere kra ne yere eya omo ya dan fo pa mako panyin na ne kunu abasem no na wo kache my lord kache minister na we die kache Darren 2 minutes Raf 2 minutes yapon na about 10
Senior
persecution is a
Ralph Nkasa Imuni Dr. Aaron Kuma Nkasa Imuno. Na say NDC yen political cases be were pending and ye buy na ya won hwe. In fact, some cases no under within 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Some cases where Dr. Opuni Unibank Seglemi Dr. Siama ambulance cases yo bosu nyina no. Some cases where nyina na politically motivated. Na politically motivated. My man kama sempacho.
Rapani we also 2 minutes near.
Na senya sa wodi mfie nwotwe yama one case a wona wo say a corruption case 8 years wait me am prosecute anwie. E dey na wo je. Say if you mean well 8 years then na wo je. Etini nyina were politically motivated. They were just political persecution, not prosecution. But ya keken National Service Scheme corruption case, Sky Train, Signals Bureau, Chamawun to me. Sa cases
Chamawun to me a corruption case.
Okay.
Exim Bank.
Exim Bank. And unlawful entry to Tanonum Forest. Nina can be.
Sani de nya coroner galamsey related.
There may be a crime.
Okay. say crime no your divisions of crime
no sky betimi aspend dia reclaim land nyina will comes under. Two, one say no so kwa ebo no kwa do catch any say one no akasa so lease unlawful lands to people to engage in illegal mining.
That any corruption ba dey ento aso.
Okay, yemfa no sir. Senior, they may catch me when say 2028 election. Sa case is 5 we say if we mean business we will conclude on them. The Supreme Court, Mr. Supreme Court, the judges and the law court will conclude on this matter. Yem fanko 8 years, nyako wiasem we aba. Momo Dianone was politically motivated and unti and a court to Mr. Dr. Puni de court to frame people before lawyers have no mumba. State lawyers were not attending court proceedings. It may try to say, maybe say, oh, Dr. Ayini statement I'll make you say a politically motivated a bit draggy. Say politically motivated by 2028 general election December no na case is 4 ya mabosui court decide we
that's it. Yakubu Dombo tese ochiao unim no Yakubu Dombo yes Yakubu enwe so chiao na ose yensanchia chairman na Kwesi Ashanti regional chairman of the NDC ose Ghana is in the right direction period. Greetings to Nana Kwesi, the regional chairman of the NDC, chairman 34, chairman still maintained, chairman extraordinaire, chairman Nana Kwesi. Monkacha no on abosumu. Na winning captain there in Chinisa.
Be winning captain there.
Eba wan hwe ya tsunami, wan mo wani anye wani so anye dia tsunami to before say chairman Nana Kwesi ni da ho. Chairman.
Madima no si wadama.
Me pana ho bra se kra.
Wadama, ma me de ba no si me nchia
oh mani nchia ne nko.
For me nchia Greek minister.
Current and Greek minister.
Oh, mami nchia no pa na djuma wo gbo ele na da romantic kosua bo ba from na ye na ka kosua 3 cities and ye imienu 5 cities what's able 1 city ya mi shira no
enko kwa nkete raf yampon
ochia the minister there that means me kind say
sa papa na oboni din no
adwafo no so kamu
papa na oboni din erikupuku mi bompa ye pa NDC for ye so meko primaries presidential na onu so nyina bi ma onyu biara ni mi maka chele da wono so nyina bi raf yanko
sami ene me so me kan say ye nuanom adwafo nso asase e kam
fa de ho
say omo nso aburo no te say 4 million kro mu nya atofo nti onhwe na onko omo na sami mamencha chama wontumi baby owo bia
sheba wontumi
the next regional national chairman ya de na eba Ghana for the same de omo hwe ani mu an say
so me chia chairman Kuka Ashanti regional incoming Kuka
Mati
Ashanti man Kuka
Mati same Ghana for the omo hwe ani mu an say de akodi amanfo nsem anko kwa paso no e beji ama but ade ba kwa mpese menua ekai ne say case a chewo court interest case no ehu hia bio. There have been countless cases it has been in court for like 10-15 years. Yes, but still a day will come it will come to a conclusion. And the first case a chair and interest na ehu hia na osi etwam. Adia na enye nra no say na enye dia na me hu de Ghana fo ebusa no. It is a enra Kofi Yebi nenya follow it to the letter and I say Raf ye nenya o ka obi antimi me question but say no ade no want me am pursue a and na wo yes o pursue Rafa political rich hunting na o kan no sa tag na na de be ma it unya the necessary support that's how come up state prosecutor na to me the witness a court na court na say the ade na tian wasan ko buatia no
witness na e de ne buy
witness na
e bi si open case no
okoya
sada no me ho papa
okoka asem na man
papa bi ade fi CSIR by say won me ka say ade no say e fertilizer na say na cement na o say na fertilizer am say ye
the share ni mu no eno sa no ye sa kra na omboa the individual. So yes sir, because and as you speak say MPP ba 2029 MPP can revisit all the cases. All the cases.
Right.
And I don't think I won't allow Emma case then travel and can the effect one say who wa ban what say MPP use 8 years. And a one single case delay system now. Ka wa ban ba.
Na ko aka ma na twam.
Na ka what pushing
case die.
Na court no adjudicate we about to final conclusion. And no now as we speak. Sankofo na abana ntoaso ni nyina.
Mo ba mbe san be toaso.
Ye be toaso.
Na sa
abana ye be toaso. Boni bi nche boni.
Anyway.
Boni bi nche boni. Ni na Ghana ska.
Okay.
Ye be toasa case.
Rough.
Yes, na Ghana.
All right, abusu afa sabe no do na boss ye sorry so na ye koda. Onyankopon ya admo chance ye bese ababa besom. Now, Chef Mawatonsu no say the NDC, they are just messing up big time. There is hope for Ghanaians under Dr. Baumia. Also, regards to Chairman Odino Kwapia Koka, Santiman Koka, and Afe Nana B, incoming first vice chairman of the MPP. Way if a Chef Mawatonsu, Yakub Dombote, once again, greetings to also the NDC man in the studio, that's Darren Pratt. Ebusu Freddy, we're dealing in Asia. Raphael say we see MPP as a secretary. Ewachman Wabiaja North, Jackson Pratt Darren, a member of the NDC's communications team, and now Dr. Aaron Kuma, who is senior lecturer, University of Skills Training and Entrepreneurial Development. Woman and then remember boy Medic Medini Bell, a boy from the DJ Magdoon, DJ Danny Beats, and now Kenneth Obin, the producer. But here, Chedi, my chief Samson Kwame Nyamiche, general manager Hello FM. Yedi Jumadi Nesi ha. Ye corner ya koda Chairman Maxi. Who be quite run about to a car dealer. Sounds so na Emmanuel Kwabna Ebo brother man. Or brother man sport Kumasi Patasi. Igwe the Jessica capacity of Jolly Phone. And I think governor of Governor Phone. Mr. Santi Ghana Post. Yes, Mr. Santi, good evening.
Now, my party, you better
young fancy here. Young Concorda.
Republic.
Honorable Simon or Seven, Sabia, who will be Republic. And I feel honorable Dr. Elizabeth Tajibro. You call
party said near me to a and I walk cancer man. We could have a court to say, one can you make it? I saw for the baby, and I see a Saudi, and they are